Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to see the numerical on analysis of frame by cantilever method. First, in unit number 5, approximate analysis of multi-storied frame. In subject, structural analysis 2. The statement of numerical problem is determine the approximate values of moment, shear and axial forces in member of frame loaded and supported as shown in the figure using cantilever method of analysis. So this is the multi-storied frame. The vertical length is 6 meter and the horizontal length is 10.5 meter. It is subjected to a horizontal load of 30 kilonewton at joint I and 60 kilonewton at joint E. Okay. So the next step is to locate the point of contraflexure at the center of beam and column. So here at the center of beam and column we have noted those points by the numerical values. So in the center of the beam Ij we name it as 1, then Jk2, then Kl3. Then the vertical member I we have given the notation for the center as 4, then for Jf5, then Kj6, then Kh7, then Ef8, then Fg9, then Gh10. Okay, then vertical member A as 11, then Bf12, then Gc13 and Hd14. Okay, so these are the notations, or we can say the node 1, 2, 3 up to 14, and all these points are nothing but those are the point of contraflexure at the center of beams and column. Okay, now the first step in the cantilever method is to determine the CG of the frames. Okay, so here in this numerical they have not given the area of the column. So if the area of the column is not given, then you have to consider the area of the column as same as of the exterior column also for the interior column. So here we have considered the area of the column as A. Okay, now to find out the CG of the frame, taking moment of the area of the column at the leftmost column axis. So here we are going to take the moment. So here A1 into 0, so length is 0, A2 into 3.5, okay, A3 into what, 7, 3.5 plus 3.5, then A4 into 10.5, okay, equal to A1, A2, A3, A4 into X bar. Okay, so if you solve this, we'll get 21A equal to 4A into X bar. Okay, now this A will get cancelled. Okay, so 21 divided by 4. So value of X bar is what? The value of X bar is equal to 5.25 meter. Okay, now here we'll consider the upper story. This is the upper story, and we are releasing the frame from the node number 4, 5, 6 and 7. Okay, so from this node number we are going to release the frame. Okay, so here now after releasing the frame from node number 4, 5, 6 and 7, okay, now here we will apply summation fx equal to 0. So h4, h5, h6 and h7 it will be equal to 30, or we can say that value of h4 plus h5 plus h6 plus h7 it will be equal to 30. Now taking moment equal to at point P, already we have found out this center CG in the last slide. Okay, so V4 into what, 5.25, okay, then V5 into 7.5 plus V6 into 1.75 and V7 into 5.25. Here if you note that on the left hand side of this CG, V4 and V5 are acting downward, whereas on the right hand side V6 and V7 are acting upward. So always remember that on the left hand side the vertical force show it downward, and on the right side show the vertical force upward. Okay, now we'll assume the second assumption. Now in the cantilever method, axial force in the column is proportional to its distance from the centroid and the area of the column group at that level. That is what is the ratio? stress upon distance from the CG. What is stress? Stress is nothing but force upon area. So for column number 1, what is the force? V4 upon area. What is now here? Area of all the column is E. So V4 upon A. What is the distance from CG? 5.25. Now next column is V5 upon area. What is distance from CG? 1.75. Okay. What is the next column? V6 upon area is A, and what is distance from CG? 1.75. Okay. Now what is the next column? V7. What is the area? A, and what is the distance from CG? 5.25. Okay. If you simplify this, we'll get this V4 upon 5.25. Sorry, V4 upon 5.25 equal to V5 upon 1.75 equal to V6 upon 1.75 equal to V7 upon 5.25. Okay. Now here we are calculating all the values in terms of V5. So V4 is equal to 3V5, V6 equal to V5, and V7 equal to 3V5. Okay. Now here already we know this equation. Now in this equation, if you put the value of V4, V6 and V7, okay, now and putting the value of H4, H5, H6 and H7, okay, now what is the value of V4? What is the value of V4? Value of V4 is 3 into V5. Okay. Now what is the value of V6 here? It is V5 into 1.75. Sorry, it is only V5. And what is the value of V7? It is 3V5. And H4 plus H5 plus H6 plus H7, it is equal to 30. So 30 into 1.5. Okay. Now solving this, now here only one unknown is there, V5. So 35 V5 equal to 45. So here we'll get the value of V5. So what is the value of V5? The value of V5 is equal to 1.285. Okay. Now from this we'll get the value of V4. What is the value of V4? 3 into 1.285, we'll get the value of V4. Okay. Now here putting the value of V5 here, so we'll get value of V4. Now putting the value of V5 here, we'll get value of V6, and putting the value of V5, so we'll get the value of V7. So what are the values of V4? Value of V4 is 3.855, value of V6 was 1.285, and value of V7 is 3.855. Okay. Now next step is to draw the free body diagrams of the joints of the upper story. So what is the first joint? R. So here we have drawn the free body diagram of joint E. Now here, what are the forces that are known to us? So here only one force is known to us, that is V4. So what is that value? 3.855. So here, what are the unknowns that we don't know? So unknown is what? V1, H1 and H4. So as there are 3 unknown, we require 3 equations: summation Fy, then summation of moment, and summation Fx equal to 0. So here we'll apply the first equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0. Okay, sorry, summation Fy equal to 0. Now consider the vertical forces. Now if the force is acting upward, positive; if the force is acting downward, negative. So what are the vertical forces? Only 2 vertical forces are there, V1 and V4. Okay, V1 acting upward, positive, and V4 acting downward, minus. Okay, minus 3.85. So from this we'll get the value of V1, which is equal to 3.855. Then we will take the moment at point I equal to, at joint I equal to 0. Now consider the forces acting in clockwise direction as positive, and consider the forces acting in anti-clockwise direction as negative. So what are the forces now? Force H4. How H4 is acting in clockwise direction, so positive. So H4 into, what is the perpendicular distance? 1.5. Now next force is V1. So what is the value of V1? 3.855. How V1 is acting? In anti-clockwise direction, so minus 3.855 into 1.75, okay, equal to 0. So what is the value of H4 here? 4.497. Okay. Now here only one unknown is remaining now, which is that H1. Okay. So H1 is the horizontal force, so we will apply the summation Fx equal to 0. Consider the force towards the right positive, towards the left negative. Okay. Now here H4, it is acting toward the left hand side, so minus 4.497. H1 is also acting to the left side, so minus and 30 acting toward the right side plus. So from this we'll get the value of H1, that is 25.50. Okay, now consider the free body diagram of joint J. Now here what are the forces known to us? We know V1, we know H1, and we know V5. Okay, so remaining forces we have to calculate. So what are the forces that are not known to us? V2, H2 and H5. So in cantilever method, first equilibrium equation that you have to apply summation Fy. If the force is acting upward, positive; if the force is acting downward, negative. Okay, so V1, it is acting downward, so minus 3.85. Okay, then V5 acting downward, minus 1.28, and V2 acting upward. Okay, so from this we'll get the value of V2 5.13 kilonewton. Now taking moment at G equal to 0. Okay, so here what is the sign convention? Clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. Now V1 is acting in anti-clockwise direction, so minus 3.85 into 1.75. so H pi is acting in clockwise direction. Okay, so positive H pi into 1.5. then V2, how V2 is acting? Anti-clockwise direction. What is the value of V2? 5.13, so minus 5.13 into what is the distance? 1.75. So here we will get the value of H pi as 10.47 kilonewton. Now we will apply the next equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0. Okay. Now consider the forces acting toward the right side positive and toward the left side negative. So 25.50 acting toward the right side, so plus. H2 acting toward the left hand side, minus. 10.47 it is acting toward which side? Left hand side, so minus. So from this we'll get the value of H2, that is 15.03 kilonewton. Okay. Now after considering the free body diagram of joint I and J, okay, so the next joints are K and L. Okay. Now we'll consider the joint free body diagram of joint K. Okay. Now here what are the forces known now? 5.13. We also know the value of H2, okay, and we know the value of V6. Okay. Now we'll apply the first equilibrium equation, that is summation Fy equal to 0. Consider upward force positive, downwards force negative. Okay. So what are the upward forces here now? Minus 5.13, V2 is acting downward, minus. So V3 it is V6 it is plus 1.285 acting upward, and plus V3 again acting upward, positive. So from here we'll get the value of V3, that is 3.845. Now taking moment at joint K, this is our second equilibrium equation. Okay, so 5.13 acting anti-clockwise direction, minus. What is distance? 1.75. Now H6, how H6 is acting? Clockwise, 10.47. Okay, sorry, H6 we don't know the value, so H6 into 1.5. Okay, next is what? V3, how V3 is acting? Anti-clockwise direction, yes, also minus 3.845 into 1.75. so here we will get the value of H6 as 10.47 kilonewton. Okay, now the next equilibrium equation is summation Fx equal to 0. If the forces are acting toward the right, positive; acting toward the left, negative. Okay, so here 15.03 is H2 acting toward the right, then 10.47 is H6 acting toward the left hand side, so minus and minus H3. So here we will get the value of H3 as 4.56 kilonewton. Now here one unknown is remaining, which is that now, which is S7. Okay, now applying the equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0. Now force acting toward the right side positive, toward the left side negative. Okay, so 4.56 H3 acting toward the right side plus minus H7. Okay, so here we'll get value of H7 as 4.56. Okay, now consider the lower story and releasing the frame from the node number 11, 12, 13 and 14. Okay, now apply summation summation of horizontal force is equal to 0. So H11, okay, plus H12 plus H13 plus H14 will be equal to what? 30 plus 60, that is equal to 90. Now taking moment at point P, okay, so V11 multiply by what? 5.25, then V12 multiply by 1.75, V13 multiplied by 1.75, V14 multiplied by 5.25, okay, equal to H11 plus H12 plus H13 plus H14, all are acting in this way. And what is the distance? 3 plus 1.5, that is 4.5, okay. Then this horizontal force is there, it is acting in the opposite direction, so 60 into 3, so here it should be 3 by mistake, okay, 60 into 3, here also it is a mistake, okay. Now 60 into 3. Now what is our assumption now? The ratio equal to stress upon distance from the CG. Now here what is the stress? Force upon area. What is the force? V11 upon area. Area of all column is same, E. What is the distance from CG? 5.25. Next, V12 upon area. What is the distance from CG? 1.75. V3 upon area. What is the distance from CG? 1.75. V14 upon area. What is the distance from CG? 5.25. Okay. So V11 upon 5.25, V12 upon 1.75, V13 upon 1.75, V14 upon 525. Okay. Now we'll find out all the values of V11, V13 and V14 in terms of V12. So V11 equal to what? 3 V12, V13 equal to V12 and V14 equal to 3 V12. Okay. Now putting the values of V11, 13 and 14 in this equation, and also putting the value of H11, 12, 13, 14, that is equal to what? 90. Okay. So by solving this, we'll get the value of V12, that is equal to 9. Now put the value of V12 in this equation. So which value we'll get? We'll get the value of V11. Okay. Now put the value of V12 here, we'll get the value of V13. Okay, and put the value of V12 in this equation, we'll get the value of V14. So what are the values of V11? The value of V11 is 27, value of V13 is 9, and value of V14 is 27. So in this way we have found out the value of V11, V12, V13, okay, V14. Now consider the free body diagram of joint E. Okay, now here forces that are known to us are V4, H4, okay, and V11 are known to us. Okay, what are the unknowns? H11, H8 and V8. Okay, now in equilibrium equation we are applying the first equilibrium equation as summation Fy equal to 0. Consider force acting upward, positive, downward, negative. So V8, where is V8? Here. It is acting upward, positive. Which is the next force now? 3.855. It is acting upward, positive, and 27 acting downward, minus. So here we'll get the value of V8. What is the value of V8? 23.50. Now take the moment at joint E. Okay, so 4.49 acting in the clockwise direction. So clockwise positive. So what is the distance? 1.5. Then H11 acting in clockwise direction. What is the distance? 1.5. Again positive. So 23.15. Okay, so 23.15 is nothing but V8 acting in anti-clockwise direction. Okay, so minus into distance is 1.75. So here we will get the value of H11, 22.51. Now take summation Fx equal to 0. Forces acting towards the right positive, towards left negative. Okay, 60 acting to the right plus. Then 4.49 it is acting to the right hand side plus. Then H8 it is acting to the left hand side minus, and H11 it is acting to the left hand side minus, that is 22.51. So here we'll get the value of H8 equal to 41.98. Okay, now consider the next joint, that is F. Okay, now here which forces are known to us? V8 is known, H8 is known, that is 41.98, V5 is known, H5 is known, and V12 is known. Okay, so the forces that are not known to us are, okay, which are those? V9, H9 and H12. Okay, now considering the free body diagram, summation Fy equal to 0, upward positive, downward negative. So minus 23.15 acting downward, then 1.28 acting upward plus V9, it is acting upward plus, okay, and minus 9. So which force is 9 here? Okay, V12 is 9. So acting downward minus. So here, sorry, V12 force is 9. So here we'll get the value of V9 force, that is 30.87. Now take the moment at joint AF equal to 0 now. Okay, so 23.15, how it is acting? Anti-clockwise into 1.75. Then H12, how it is acting? Clockwise. So plus, what is distance? 1.5. Then 10.47 acting clockwise, yes or no? So plus, what is the distance? 1.5. Then V9 acting in anti-clockwise direction, minus 30.87 into 1.75. So here we'll get the value of H12, that is 52.55. Okay, now apply the next equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0. Now consider the horizontal forces now. So 41.98, what is 41.98? It is H8 acting towards the right hand side, so plus. Then H9 acting towards the left hand side, minus. Then 10.47 is value of H5 acting toward the right hand side, so plus. And then H12, what is value? 52.55 acting toward the left hand side. So here we will get the value of H9 as 0.1 kilonewton. So value of H9 is 0.1 kilonewton. Okay. Now after finding out the force of joint AF, what is the next joint? Next joint is G joint. Okay. Now here the forces are known to us are H9, okay, then V9, V6, H6 and V13 are known to us. Okay, so apply the first equilibrium equation. What is first equilibrium equation? Summation Fy equal to 0, upward positive, downward negative. So V9 acting downward minus 30.87. So V6 acting downward minus 1.85 plus 9, that is V13, and V10 acting upward plus. So here we'll get the value of V10 as 23.15. Taking a moment at joint G equal to 0, clockwise positive, anti-clockwise negative. Okay, so V9 30.87 into 1.75. Then H30, how it is acting? It is acting in this way, clockwise direction, plus what is distance? 1.5. Then 10.47 again acting clockwise into 1.5 and 23.15. What is 23.15? V10 acting in anti-clockwise direction, and what is the distance? 1.75. So here we will get the value of H13, that is 52.55 kilonewton. Now take summation of the horizontal forces. Summation Fx equal to 0. If force is acting toward the right side, plus, toward the left side, minus. Okay, so here what are H9, where it is acting? It is acting toward the right side, plus 0.1. okay, next minus 52.55, which is that force? H30 acting toward the left hand side, minus, plus S6 10.47 acting toward the right side, plus, and minus H10 toward the left hand side. So here we'll get the value of H10 as 41.98. okay, now we'll consider the last joint, that is H. Only one unknown is there. Which is that unknown? So the unknown that is not known to us is H14. Okay, so as this is a horizontal force, we apply the equilibrium equation, that is summation Fx equal to 0. If the force is acting toward the right hand side, plus, and if the force is acting toward the left hand side, minus. So here we have to consider the summation of horizontal forces. So here 41.91, okay, it is acting toward the right hand side, plus, then 4.56 acting toward the right hand side, plus, okay, H14 is acting to its side, it is acting toward the left hand side. Okay, now here this value is wrong, so the value is 41.91 98 plus 4.56, that value is 46.54. Okay, so this value is, what is this value? 46.54 is this value. Okay, 46.54 kilonewton. Okay, so now here, after finding out the forces in the member, the next step is to draw the bending moment diagram. Now you know why the shape of bending moment diagram is like this. So here in the first, how these values are getting, that we'll find out. Okay, now here, now when the member is horizontal, we consider the vertical force. So this is node number 1. So node number 1, what is the vertical force? V1. So 3.855 into this half distance is 1.75. So we'll get value of 6.74. Okay, now here, what is the node number 2? Vertical force V2. So 5.13 into 1.75. So we'll get the value out of 8.97. Okay, now this is node number 3. What is V3? What is V3? 3.845 multiplied by 1.75. So we'll get what? 6.74. Okay, now here, this is the vertical member. So for vertical member, this node number is 4. So here we'll consider H4. The value of H4 is 4.497 into the distance, that is 1.5. So what value are getting? 6.72. Now this is the node number what? H5. So value of H5 is 10.47 into the distance, that is 1.5. We are getting the value 15.705. Okay. Now here the node number is what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this, I will name this. This is node number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, okay, 8, then 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Okay. Now this is the node number what now? Node number 6. So vertical member, consider horizontal force. So 10.47 into 1.5. So we'll get this value 15.705. Then at node number 7, vertical member, consider horizontal force 4.49 into the distance 1.5. We are getting 6.73. Okay. Now this is the horizontal member. So here we will consider which member now? Vertical member. So V8. What is the value of V8? 23.15 into the distance 1.75. So what value are getting? 40.51, 40.51. Now here is node number 9. So this is V9 force. So V9 into 1.75. So what force we are getting? 54.02, 54.02. Now node number 10. Okay, V10. What is the value? 23.15 into 1.75. So what is the value? 40.51, 40.15. Okay. Now node number 11. So this is vertical member, consider horizontal force H11. So 22.51 into 1.5, we are getting value 33.76. Now here V12. So here we have to consider force H12, that is 52.56, sorry 55 into the distance 1.5, we are getting value 78.82. Now here H13 value is 52.55 into 1.5. So we are getting value 78.82. Now the last node, here H14 37.42 into 1.5, we are getting the value 33.76. Okay, so this is the bending moment diagram. So you have to join the points by a straight line, and at the center of each beam and column the value should be 0. Okay, so this is the bending moment diagram on the tension side. So thank you for watching this video.